So I would encourage anyone to become a CNA. Even if you don't want to be a nurse, I would still encourage you to be a CNA. If you want to get into the medical field, but not exactly nursing, definitely become a CNA. Becoming a CNA, there is always job security. You know, it's not that hard to obtain. It's a fairly easy licensure. I obtained mine. It was like a 2 to 3 month course, and then a week later I took my state exam, and that was all there was to it. That's it. That's all it took was, like I said, 2 to 3 months, and then a week after that I got my state licensure, and then I took it through a course that was at the community college that I went to become a nurse. In any case, it's fairly easy to get licensed as a CNA. Once you're licensed as a CNA, there is job security. There is jobs everywhere, mainly in long-term care. Hospitals also have CNAs. Doctor's offices, I have seen doctor's offices that have CNAs. Mainly they hire CMAs, but I have seen some in the doctor's office, some CNAs in the doctor's office. But like I said, mainly long-term care. There's also, dialysis clinics and stuff like that. But there's plenty of job security. Everybody's always looking for a CNA, especially a good one. Number 3, you get to work with people. If you enjoy working with people, you enjoy caring for people, become a CNA. You may even get a job as a home health CNA. In that case, you are working one-on-one, X number of hours a day with that patient in their home, caring for that patient. I did home health for a little bit as a CNA, and I really enjoyed it. I had a good time doing it. I mean, you get to talk to people on a one-to-one basis quite often. CNAs also spend, I would argue, that in certain settings, CNAs spend more time with patients than the nurse does. I know in long-term care, there was one of me and maybe 5 CNAs for the floor. One of me and 5 of them means that I get less time with each patient than those 5 CNAs do, because they're going to break it up. So they get to spend a little bit longer with those patients. If you enjoy talking to people, becoming a CNA is definitely advised. I would advise you to become a CNA. The next thing I would argue is networking. If you want to become a CNA, or if you want to become anything in the medical field, I would advise you to become a CNA first. Because, like I said earlier, there's job security in it. With job security comes the ability to meet new people. You may meet a nurse that is a supervisor. You may meet the president of your long-term care facility, your director of your long-term care facility. And let's say that they move on, and then you quit being a CNA, but now you're in billing and coding, or now you're in radiology, or now you're in phlebotomy. You may not be a nurse, you may not be a CNA anymore, but you still have that contact that you had with that manager or that director or that president. You still have that person as a reference. Using that name as a reference on your billing and coding application may help you. So networking is definitely advised. As a CNA, I met plenty of people who became my references. I know at least one job. I take that back. I've attained 2 or 3 jobs as a nurse by having people as references that I met as a CNA. Like I said, nurse managers. If you get in good with a nurse manager, they will give you a good reference. Like I said, I can think of at least 2 jobs off the top of my head that as a nurse I got by meeting people that I worked with as a CNA. They just gave me good references. So networking is, even if you don't want to be a nurse, put in the hours as a CNA. And if you want to go into billing and coding, or admin, or radiology, or phlebotomy, or whatever the medical job may be, as a CNA, you're going to meet people who can give you good references. They may know people who are equipped to give you references or give you jobs. That's a big one there. Networking as a CNA. If you get in there and you show them that you'll work, maybe not even as a nurse, but like I said, that networking. So those are my points as to why you should become a CNA. You may even pick being a CNA as a career. I've known CNAs that have made pretty good money. I've seen CNAs make well into the teens of the dollars. I've even seen a travel CNA. I've only seen one, but I know that they exist. And she did pretty good for herself. So even if you decide to be a CNA as a career, there's nothing wrong with that. But I would advise, yes, become a CNA, even if you're not becoming a nurse. But yes, if you're looking at anything in the medical field, become a CNA. I hope it helps. Thank you much.